Juice, baby. Yeah. Miracle, miracle juice. Miracle, miracle juice. Miracle, miracle juice. Miracle juice. We keep having all these problems. How we gonna solve them? Every day it's the same thing. Yeah. All these unsolved issues, I guess it's official. Here we go again, the same old thing. And I'm tired, already with it lying. So goodbye. Good morning, everybody. It's your girl Miracle Sims, and you are watching God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. It is June the 26th, 2026, and y'all, I guess you can't tell, maybe you can, I don't know, but your girl's happy, man. I'm full of joy this morning. I have been brought back to do a video juice after months. And I'm talking about months of a hiatus. I think if I go back to my last recording here in my juice journal, is this? Yes. Oh my. The last time God sent me with a video juice, y'all, it was back October the 21st, 2025. Okay. All right. So your girl is here to record and look, say something. This is I feel like this is a moment, right? This is something special happening right here, right now. So good morning. Good morning, everybody. And good morning to those that are live, man. It is, look, 5:05 a.m. when I click the button. So the fact that you're here tuning in live, hey, maybe this word is for you. I don't know. But I'm so grateful for those that are here. And yes, man, I'm excited. Man, I don't know where to start. It's like, okay, should I tell y'all about my dream or should I just get straight to the juice? I don't know. We're going to see what the Lord do, y'all. We're going to see what the Lord do. I want to give a shout out, man, because look, my backstage baby is right here tuned in, you know what I'm saying? As you guys can see, I have a change of scenery, right? And so I guess when he saw me up, he wants to be up. And so he's being a good little backstage baby right now. He's chilling. He's watching his mama record. So yes, but the backstage baby is right there. Maybe we'll talk to him in the after show. But anywho, y'all, okay, the juice. Let's get to the juice, y'all. Today's juice is called Treasure Hunt. The Treasure Hunt. All right, well, let me hear. Okay, well, like I said, I did have a dream. I woke up from this dream around 3:42 this morning. And without getting into all the details, because I don't know if all the details are important for y'all, but basically it led me to think about this idea of us as believers wanting treasure, right? We want the treasure that the word tells us about, that God provides, right? But we don't want to do the basics, which is reading. I think the most significant part to tell you guys about my dream is that at some point the Lord had me speaking, which is maybe now, I don't know. But basically in the dream, what happened was there was this event happening or something like that. And at first somebody was trying to get somebody else to speak, but then eventually they asked me to speak. And so when I got up, I was basically talking about basically, I guess, the basis of speaking. But at some point, and I don't like to misquote. So let me see, could I pull it up real quick? Let me pull up my notes that I was making this morning if I can. But yeah, if I go all the way back to my dream, basically the part where I was speaking was as follows. These are the notes that I took about what I had said. So basically, when I got up and taught, I talked about the basis of speaking, and apparently there was some type of worksheet of some sort that I went by. And then I basically told them that one of the first issues is that we sometimes create a narrative in our head that isn't true. Then regarding the worksheet, the first step was to sort between two symbols and count them. And then, so on the worksheet, there was these moons and stars, like, you know, how a kid worksheet would be. And there was these blanks to fill in and stuff like that. And so then I asked the audience, where would the answer come from? And the answer to my question was that it came from, or the answers, they come from the story that came before it. And I was telling them that sometimes it's just that simple. Um, and then I guess my little quote that I said, that I don't want to misquote. So let me tell y'all what I had said in the dream, y'all. I said, they say that reading is fundamental, but people don't want to read. And then, yeah, that's when I woke up. That's when I woke up and acknowledged that it was 3:42 a.m. So as I was writing that down, right, the Lord had already pointed out to me that that's a conversation about the word. Um, Now I don't know if this came to me because I mean I did watch a couple of biblical videos before I went to sleep, but I have been kind of watching random little back in the day comedies and all kinds of stuff like that. So I mean, that was after I had took in some biblical content. Then I kind of fell asleep to the random comedies or whatever. So I wouldn't say it was me taking from the biblical thing, but I do remember it kind of addressing certain issues like that, where it's like, again, we want something from the Lord, but then we don't want to follow the instructions, right? Or maybe it just boils down to us not wanting to read the word. And so that's what I was pretty much gathering from me just taking notes about my dream, right? And so I'm like, okay, that's a good word. All right. I was like, okay, Lord, hey. And then eventually I started looking at the verses centered around 3:42. Now, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I didn't feel led to share those verses with y'all. Maybe I might end up writing this juice because y'all may know what has happened on my hiatus of months between me recording juices is that the Lord has had me to write them instead in our community here on the GSL platform and whatnot. And so I've been just writing them there. And I started to write this morning as well. But then I don't know, I think maybe the combination of verses that I received, as well as just different things the Lord had me praying and whatnot, pretty much reiterated that I needed to say this versus just only typing it. So I don't know if I'm going to type it because right now I have not, but or not fully typed it. But I might share those verses that I was led to with 3:42. But y'all can just do it on your own. Y'all know what I do, right? I just go to Google, I say Bible, and then I type in whatever time it is I woke up, which was 3:42 this morning, and then verses come up based on that, and it led me to like several different verses in the Bible. Some wasn't full verses, but so for example, one of them wasn't necessarily, I guess, verses in the Bible that we use, but it was a verse in the Catholic Bible, I think it was, when I was doing my little research. And then there was another one that was in Maccabees, which is another, I guess, book that isn't necessarily in our Bibles that we usually study. And then, yeah, some of them kind of led me to like Psalms 32 instead of being like 3:42 or 40, Psalms 42 instead of 3:42. You know what I mean? That type of thing. So if the Lord sees fit for me to type it, then y'all will get that there, right? But what I felt led to share with you guys here was going back to my basics, you know what I'm saying? Going back to my what I usually would do. Because as I started to write down my notes in my little journal, you know what I'm saying? Yes, the juice journal, y'all already know about it, right? The Bible study journal. But anywho, like once I started getting ready to write my notes down, I felt led to go to my spot, which is, y'all already know, or you should. But I know it's been a while, so let's reiterate. It is openbible.info is where I usually go. And so I went to openbible.info and I plugged in my topic that the Lord gave me, which was the treasure hunt. And so these are the verses that I felt led to share with you guys this morning that I found at openbible.info. So the first one is Matthew 13:44. It says, "The kingdom of heaven is like treasure hidden in a field, which a man found and covered up. And in his joy, he goes and sells all he has and buys that field." Let me keep going. All right, let me keep going because I started. So let me get on here to keep going. So the next verse I felt led to share with you guys was Proverbs 2:4-6. It says, "If you seek it like silver and search for it as for hidden treasures, then you will understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of God, for the Lord gives wisdom from his mouth come knowledge and understanding. Now, we already know that the Bible tells us that, again, if we want the wisdom, who we're supposed to go to? We're supposed to go to the Lord for the wisdom because he knows all the things. And if I just pause there for a moment, again, one of the things that was coming to me was we want the treasure, right? We want the blessings. We want all the beautiful things in life, but we don't want to read the Bible. We don't want to acknowledge what it says. We don't want to practice, right? Put in practice the different, I hate to say experiments, but that's the only word that's in my head right now. But like, basically there are these laws, right, in place that it's like if you do this, then this, again, we know cause and effect, we know sowing and reaping. These things are reiterated in the Bible all throughout, right? But again, it's like you don't want to sow, but you want to reap, though. And I'm not just talking about, y'all and you, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure I've been there as well. But what I find is, and look, all my almost 40 years, what I have found is that when I walk in the way of the Lord, right, when I do the things that he has created me to do, and then when I sow, right, in the ways that he has encouraged and inspired us to do so in his word, right, then I'm seeing fruit, right? I see the things that I desire by doing the things that the Lord say do. And sometimes it's just that simple, right? The basics. I know we talked about the basics a long time ago, back when we first started the juice and this whole journey with GSL back in 2020 and stuff like that. But and that's talking about the basics of the Bible, but still, like, sometimes it's that simple. Like, sometimes you just gotta be obedient, right, to the word that the Lord already gave us, either in his word or maybe that's some direct directions. But either way, it's not that you won't reap, you know what I mean, if you don't, but a lot of times it's more smooth, right, when you do. I hope that makes sense, right, to those that are listening. And I feel like, again, if you listen to the sound of my voice and then you even hear at this point, I mean, hey, I feel like the Lord will reveal to you what I'm saying. Because, yeah, like, we see, and I don't know how much the Lord gonna have me say, but we see people winning, right? And we see people that are not believers winning, and we over here confused as to why they winning. You know what I mean? If they're not on the Lord's side, because we measure, right? Purpose. Ooh, that was on my head, but I was going to say our what is it? We measure Lord, what was the word? We'll go with success then. We measure our success and things according to the world standard, and then we're not looking at, again, what the Lord feels like is success, right? What the Lord feels like is true treasure. Which, speaking of that, let me go ahead and get back to the word, because I think this was going to answer that question. I think this next verse, let me see, hold on. So it's Isaiah 33:6. It says, and he will be I always do this. Oh, I thought I was gonna have one good time that I didn't do it. The statue. Go read the Bible for yourself, friends. Because I don't know what I wrote right here. Statue. Okay. Stability. That could have been stability, but anyway, I'll say stability for now. But y'all go read the Bible and make sure I'm saying words right. But anyway, so Isaiah 33:6. Okay, and he will be the stability of your times, abundance of salvation, wisdom, and knowledge. The fear of the Lord is Zion's treasure. I guess I just wanted to get us there to that last little line. The fear of the Lord is Zion's treasure. Like, at the end of the day, like, I know we want the funds, right? We want to be able to do whatever we want to do and shop, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want the blessings of life, right? We want trips and all the beautiful things. Like even right now, me sitting here in this current location, like I would love to be in my own little studio. You know what I'm saying? I would love to be, in a place where I feel like, okay, I got a steady, stable foundation, right? To do the things that I feel like the Lord wants me to do. But sometimes guys just use what we got, right? And it'll thus the platform. But anyway, aside from that, basically again, going back to what true treasure is, right? Because again, um, even I feel like this has been reiterated in my studies over the past few days. I've been on this journey. If y'all, I mean, I told y'all about it when I started it, but I know things happen, and some of y'all don't follow in the community, so you probably don't know what I'm talking about. But anyway, basically, I've been on this journey with the ladies at our church, and we have all been kind of doing this Bible plan that's on the Bible app, and it's called why I go away from my head? I just don't like to misquote and say something wrong. So I'm gonna go. It's called. I was about to say the Bible Project. It's not called the Bible Project. It's called the Bible Recap. The Bible Recap with Tara Lee Cobble. And basically over the past few days, we've kind of touched on Solomon and his wisdom and everything like that. And we know he, obviously he might have been second in wisdom to Jesus, I would say. And maybe I don't know if I'm wrong to say that, you know what I'm saying? But he was up there in wisdom because he asked for the wisdom, right? And he received all these other additional blessings because he first asked for the wisdom. He didn't ask for the money and then like that. He asked for wisdom. And then the Lord blessed him with more. And I ain't gonna lie, man, I've been asking the question to the Lord. I'm like, well, Lord, listen, he had all the wisdom, right? And he knew what to do, right? And he still didn't do what he was supposed to do. And it gives us, I guess, a lot of things to study, right? And all the words of wisdom that he had to share. But at the same time, I'm like, why did he just do what he was supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? Because he knew, you know what I mean? Like he had that direct contact and wisdom. But anyway, well, look, why don't we do what we supposed to be doing, right? Because we humans, right? And this is why we need Christ. And so, look, to God be the glory for, blessing us with a Savior that could do all the things that we could not. And that's the gospel. You know what I'm saying? But yes, I say all that to say, basically, he in all his wisdom, right, was able to see that, what true treasure was, which was, I guess, the wisdom, but then also the relationship with God itself, right? And I don't know why we can't accept that. Because even myself, like, when I think about, different aspects of my life, and I feel like I am right where I'm supposed to be. I feel like I am doing the things I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm thankful and I'm grateful for exactly where I am. I don't think I would change it, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. Now, would I like to look again? Would I like to be in the studio right now? Sure, you know what I'm saying. Like, would I like my products to be supported all, you know what I mean, and all that? Yes, of course, you know what I mean. Like, but to be in a place where I again have peace, love, joy, right? The fruits of the spirit. And knowing that all I did was, I guess, sacrifice my own idea of what I thought life should be and said, hey, Lord, okay, what is it that you want from me? What is it that you want to do through me? And started to walk that path. That's what got me here, y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's what got me in the position of all the things that y'all are seeing today. And it's a beautiful thing, but I'm still sometimes wondering, like, well, not say is this it, but I'm still got my questions, and again, if you've been reading the juices stuff, y'all already probably know, so I don't want to keep reiterating or beating the dead horse to people that are reading things I say all the time or whatever. But for those that don't, because again, I get some people just watch and you don't read because that's part of what we're talking about. But anyway, I say all that to say that I too, right, wonder about different aspects of life. I too would like to be in a different place and stuff like that, or So I'm in a weird place, guys. I ain't gonna lie. I done said it multiple times, but here it is again. Like I'm in a weird place of being totally content with where I'm at, but at the same time wondering like, is there something different or more? I mean, there probably is, you know. But then I'm also kind of nervous about change, and it's so funny because NJ, I might talk to y'all a little bit more about it in the after show, but he has been very like emotional about different changes that are on the horizon for us, and but I get it though. I mean, just like a kid, right? We don't always like change either, especially if we're used to something being a certain way. Um, why am I saying this today? So I guess I'm reiterating this or letting you guys know my vulnerabilities so y'all don't sit here and think like, oh yo, you got it all together. You know, you're on the other side now with marriage and you know all this other stuff. Like, yeah, okay, you know, that's a blessing. Yes, I am. You know, thank God for you know, because I remember when okay, I was struggling back in the day. As a single person, you know what I'm saying? Yes, as a single Christian woman, I was struggling out here. But what I'm saying is that, and it is a blessing to be where I am today. But then now being where I am today comes with a whole nother set of issues that I don't even think I even thought about, you know? And because I know where to go, right, for the wisdom, and for I guess the path, right, that the Lord has put me on, that is beautiful today, right? But again, you have to have that relationship with the Lord, right? You have to be willing to lay down your own ideas for his. And if you don't know his ideas, right? Uh that's when we're supposed to go to the word. Like, do we see how this is all going together, friends? Like, I hope it's coming together for us today. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, if you want the blessings of life, right? If you want the blessing that the Lord is telling us that he has for us, then we have to, right, go to the word. We have to study to show ourselves approved. We have to have a relationship with him so we can be able to discern, right from wrong. Because I mean, listen, here's another little thing. This might be some Pope for us today, because it's Pope for me every now and then. That's basically, even though things are going well for me in my life right now, you know what I'm saying? I'm blessed. I'm thankful. I can't lie and say that I'm not concerned about the future. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if anybody else is, but if you've read the Bible, you should be concerned about the future, right? You should know what I'm talking about. I mean, those Revelation accounts, you know, sometimes I'm like, are we in them now? Are they coming? You know, you're trying to figure it out, right? And then again, when you see the state of the world and you actually pay attention to things that's going on and stuff like that, then, you know, again, I am trying to take every precaution that I can, right? Especially with our son and stuff like that. But at the same time, right, knowing that there's nothing to fear, right, knowing that, okay, Lord, I'm on your, you know, you are on my side, I'm on your side, you're going to give me strength, right, wisdom, and the ability to make it through those different things. Or prayerfully, look, a pre-trib rapture sounds real good. You know, like, hey, just let me avoid all of that completely. That would be great, Lord, you know. But either way, right, you know, what if my son is still here? You know what I'm saying? What if, you know, like, it's just, there's things to think about. I guess I say all that to say. And so I know it may not be the easiest thing to do. I guess that's what I'm saying, all that to say. Like, it's not the easiest thing. There's still things to come that we don't know, you know, when and where and how. You know, you hear these things about the mark of the beast, you know, all this stuff, and you're like, man, Lord, you know what I mean? You hear about Christians being beheaded, which unfortunately, these type of things is already happening today. Okay. I mean, I hate to be like, shout out to those, but yeah, those that are in other countries right now, unfortunately, are experiencing these type of things. And we here in America are so blessed, right, that we don't even see or acknowledge it. Because I guess we think it can't happen to us one way or another. And it can, right? Even if it doesn't happen the exact way that it's happening there. But as a believer, right, you got to come to expect some type of persecution. But that's a whole nother part. Okay, that's another conversation itself. Let me just go ahead and tell y'all, I guess, this last verse that I felt led to share today. And that was Luke 12:33 through 34. It says, sell your possessions and give to the needy. Provide yourselves with money bags that do not grow old, with a treasure in the heavens that does not fail, where no thief approaches and no moth destroys. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. Now, one of the things that stood out to me as I was writing all these verses is this, what has gotten reiterated multiple times in these verses is this idea of selling all you have, right? And then basically following the Lord, right? Now, what does that mean for us today? Does that mean that I need to sell everything that I have, and then, and then get, like, do we take it literally? Like, it's like, okay, sell everything, right? And then go and give that to the poor. And then, is that what it's saying? Or is this telling us to, again, let go of whatever we feel like it's, or anything, right, that we put above the Lord, and then put the Lord and his will, his way, his word in that place, right, and then live life accordingly to that. Like, I feel like it's more so the latter. It might be a little bit of the first part too, depending on who you are and stuff like that. Like, maybe you're the type of person that needs to, hey, you know what, let me lay down all of my earthly belongings or something like that. I don't know, but I think majority of us probably more so the latter, because we are struggling, right, with just laying down our own ideas and just giving time, right, to the Lord, right? Are we even opening the word at all? Now granted, y'all could probably be saying that too, because again, what used to hold me accountable, right, was coming here and sharing with y'all. And so y'all got that every day. And then you're like, okay, Miracle might be opening her Bible, right? So again, if you haven't been reading the things I've been typing, then you probably don't know if I've been studying at all between, what was that, October, whenever the Lord brought me back last time, and then now, right? But this is something we all should be doing, right? Like, again, I can sit here and tell you all day, yes, the Bible says, and the Lord says through me, and all of that, and you just go with it because you're like, oh yeah, and you never read it for yourself. I literally stumbled on a word a minute ago, and I might have told y'all the wrong thing based on me just writing something down, or writing the word down, but sitting here can't really fully read it because of the way I write. So if that can happen in this moment, what do you think could be happening with people that are out here just telling you what the words say, or building whole, soapboxes and ministries, and whether they want to call it a ministry or not, because some people don't believe, but they building whole movements, right, against the word, being like, this is what the word saying. They say this, and this is da, right? And then if you actually read it, it's the total opposite. And I'll be like, where people be getting this stuff from? Like, where? And so again, it behooves us, right, to study to show ourselves approved. It behooves us to read it for yourself. That's the bare minimum. But if we're going back to those that want some treasure, right, and things like that, then hey, go on the treasure hunt, right, and follow the map, right, that's called the Bible. And then maybe you will reach the treasure. Like, I don't think in any other circumstance, like if you had a map, right, that gives you treasure at the end of it, like, why wouldn't you use the map? Like in any other case, like if it was a literal treasure in front of you, right, and you know that X marks the spot, as they say, you would use the map to go get it, right? Or would you just dig around and be like, it could be over here? Is it over here? Is it over here? Okay, got to take my own idea and dig wherever I want to dig. Or would you just follow the map and just go straight to it? Like, it's up to you. You know what I'm saying? We all got free will. You can do whatever you want to do. But it seems like it's more wise, right, to just follow the map. All right. Well, might be almost time to wrap this thing up. I got the Bible verse of the day. Y'all ready? It is Colossians 3:2. It says, set your affections on things above, not on things on earth. Friends, I hope you guys enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all whenever the Lord brings me back, if the Lord's will. Bye bye. And there you go. Facebook, YouTube, Rumble. Anybody listening to the sound of my voice, hope that you guys are encouraged and inspired. Thank you so much for Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? It said something about my mic earlier. Look, for those that know, I've been trying to upgrade things around here, guys. I got me a little mic now. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully it worked well for y'all today. Yo, it feels so good to be back. You know what I mean? I don't know if this is just for the day. I don't know, but it feels good to just come back and share a video juice. Thank you to those that was tuning in, watching live. I know some of y'all was commenting, but I gotta just focus sometimes. Like, especially when I feel like, and I was telling NJ this earlier, he knocked out over there right now. But I was telling him this earlier. I was like, with the hiatus, right, and feeling led to come back and say something, I feel like it must be something important. And so here I am, like, to do my part and stuff. And it's been such a blessing to even just come and record again. In this fashion, right? To do the juice, your daily dose of inspiration. I'm gonna come see what y'all were saying. So my apologies. I like to talk to y'all and stuff, but when I got word, I just want to look, give y'all the word, and then we can talk and all that after. But anywho, all right, let's go see what y'all had to say this morning. Okay, so we got Red Moon Tality saying hi and blessings. I don't know if you're still here, but hello to you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Martin Lee is saying, how are you? And Allie, I am good. Allie is, well, my reports and understanding of Allie is she is still, I would say, recovering from the Houston situation. I guess from what Mama Shirley was telling me, that because all the people that was different people that was touching her and different things, like there's some type of effects that has been going on with her altars and things of that nature. And so they are, so let's just keep her in prayer, keep them both in prayer. I think they've been trying to rest as well. But I see them slowly, like, trickling information back out to us. Even yesterday, Allie had a note that I shared with you guys that she posted. So again, if y'all are looking for stuff like that, y'all have to go to the community and because I try my best to keep everybody updated there on real time things that are happening with Allie. But yeah, so hopefully we'll hear from them soon and whatnot in regards to, they'll say something or whatever. But right now, resting, recovery from Houston, that's what's going on with them. And see, this is another and I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all this, because this is, see, the Lord be, every now and then, no offense to you, you know what I'm saying, you got the free will to say whatever you want to say, right? I'm gonna show this as an example of why I don't, you know what I'm saying, because I feel like it's what I just said. Like, this probably would have threw off the word, right, for me to take y'all's comments. This same person that was asking about me and Allie had this to say. And I get it. You know what I'm saying? You feel how you feel. You know what I'm saying? By all means. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you stayed long enough to receive something from what I said. And you can feel that way because you got the free will to feel that way. That's how you feel. You see here clearly what the person had to say. I'm not going to read everything because I already learned my lesson about reading y'all's comments out here in Jesus' name. But y'all can see the person had to say all religions are, y'all see what they say. Now, I'm gonna say this, like, well, according to the word, you probably right for anything outside of Christ. because and I know that's not politically correct to say. We might not like that. People of no shade to you if you believe something else aside from what I believe. That's fine. However, the word is very clear that there's one way, right? And that's Jesus. And so that means anything outside of Christ is antichrist. And so I guess you're right in that regards. But when it comes to the Bible and believing in Christ, I mean, I would say that's where you're wrong. And if you're wondering what I'm saying, just in case you just got here and you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm referring to this person's comment. I say they right about majority, but when it comes to Christ, I don't agree. I think they're wrong. But hey, feel what you want to feel. But see, you see how this would have distracted, right? Whatever the Lord had to say to me and through me this morning, right? If I sat here and was like, let me see what y'all got to say. And then I'm not thinking about the treasure hunt no more. I'm thinking about this right here. See, this is why I don't do it, y'all. This is why, look, wisdom, discernment. For those that, maybe carrying this on in the future, I don't know. Just use your wisdom and discernment about what to take in and whatnot. But anyway, all right. Well, that's it for me. I know it's super early in the morning, and I know I can sit here and talk to y'all all day because y'all know how I am. Let me see if there's anything else I can share before I go. Just keep me in prayer, guys. I might let you guys, well, those that are in our members, our Love Secret Society, I shared some behind the scenes tea that's happening with us in our family. I don't know if I share that right now. I'm gonna wait to share it with y'all, I think. But things are changing. Oh, well, no, you know what I said earlier? I told y'all earlier that we can talk about it after show. Well, we can't get the kid's opinion because he's sleeping. But if I tell y'all real quick, we are going to be doing his schooling a little different this year. We've been doing virtual public school, and it was good for the seasons that we've used it. But now we're going to try, I guess, a more traditional homeschool route. This year, we're going to try that. And so, yeah, maybe we'll take y'all on a journey with us and whatnot as well with that. Keep me in prayer. Because listen, I was just his learning coach when it came to being, with the virtual public school. And that could be a little bit sometimes because my kid, he could be all over the place, you know what I'm saying? But, and he was very emotional about it to hear that we were going to make that shift. And one thing that he said, which probably goes with the conversation, I don't know, but one thing that he was saying when he was expressing his opinion about it was that, there's a lot of changes, he's like, my church, my school, everything is changing. I want my own life. Now, I'm not trying to laugh at him or whatever, but honestly, like when he said that, though, I couldn't even really be mad at him. Like, at the end of the day, like, that's valid. Like, things did change when I got the role at the church. We went from being at the main campus with 100 plus kids to being at a smaller campus where we barely see 20 kids. And that's in all three of the ministries with the nursery, preschool, and elementary. And so that's a big shift, right? And I'm pretty sure for a kid and whatnot, that's a big shift as well. And then with us changing the school system, like he'll still be at home, so that'll be the consistent thing. And obviously I'll still be his learning coach or whatever, but there'll be some slight changes, but I feel like it will be better because there's different things I'll be able to invest in, like activities and different things like that we can hopefully do and be more hands-on and stuff, because before we just really just focused on let's get this work done, you know what I mean? And so and I want him to be able to like be more hands-on and like for us to have more fun together, as well, versus it always just being like work, let's get this work in, let's get it submitted, you know what I mean? That type of thing. And I think that the thing that kind of was becoming an issue with the former situation for us was that there were certain login times to do certain classes. And when you're in a homeschool situation, and then I'm working at the church, and so he could take the work with him. But the thing is, I will be like, we be in the morning times, getting up, getting ready, let's go. We got there. Oh, I'm just not getting to work, but let me log you in for your class real quick. You know what I mean? And it just was a lot of hoopla, as they say, centered around like logging in at a certain time and stuff like that. And I'm like, I would rather us just, you know what I'm saying? If we're gonna be doing homeschool, whatever, like or school at home or whatever, like I want us to do it on our own pace. Like I don't want us to have to be like, oh, we got to log in at this time, and all this type of stuff, because it just was becoming a lot when it's morning times conflicting with me and work times, and and all that type of stuff. So keep me, in prayer. Pray my strength to the Lord. If you pray to the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, um, because it's gonna be a shift, but at the same time, I feel like it's gonna be a good shift, and I'm excited about it. And hopefully he will be too once it gets going. So there you go. Yeah, some little behind the scenes about what's going on with the Oh Happy Saves crew. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff coming up. Oh, well, so technically the full album is out already. And for those of y'all that are interested in Audience of One and been tuning into my Suno journey, the whole album is out there. Technically the video album is complete and on the channel right now. So if you want to experience the whole album in video form, in the order, like the songs are in the order that they would be on a album, I guess you would say. Just go to the playlist, guys. Just go to that playlist, and it's called the Audience of One video album. I think, you know what I mean? I think that's what it's called. Let me go here because I don't like the misquote. Yeah. So it's the Audience of One. If you go to the channel, it's the is that not good for y'all? Nah. Well, you'll see it says Audience of One music videos, 13 songs. They're all there. Shout out to those of y'all that wanted to hear Weather the Storm in its entirety. So I made a video for that, even though that song wasn't supposed to come out till next year. But if it's blessing people now, like there's no, and I did use it early because of the march and using it on that footage. Because I felt like there was a lot of footage in my next album. Excuse me, a lot of songs that was in my next album that correlated to the footage from the march. And so I just told the editor to use some of that. And so he did. He used Weather the Storm. And I guess that one really stood out to y'all. So that one is out now. Y'all can go listen to Weather the Storm. Right now it's on Apple Music and iTunes. I'm pretty sure it'll be on Spotify and all that stuff later too. But because I released it as a single, but I'm going to also put it on the album or the next album. That I guess I'm going to release in the fall now. See, this is for people that actually care about what I got going on. If you listen this far in the conversation, then you're getting some tea or some juice, extra juice. But anyway, yeah, so I was going to put that album out in the spring to give y'all more time with Audience of One. But hey, y'all seem like y'all want that album to come on out. And so I'm thinking fall now. Okay. So be on the lookout that another album will be coming out in the fall, if the Lord's will. Also, if you want to come and hang out with me for my birthday, go to godsexandlove.com and RSVP to my party. It's pretty much going to be a book signing slash album listening party kind of vibes. So book signing slash listening party. And if you want to sign up, just go to godsexandlove.com, guys. It's free, if you want to come and stuff like that. And so go there. Don't be scared. We had this conversation in one of my last lives. Don't be scared to type godsexandlove.com. It's just going to go to a regular website, y'all, okay? It ain't going to go nowhere else, okay? Look, let me do it for y'all. godsexandlove.com, okay? I'm putting godsexandlove.com. Look, it just go to a website. Yay! With GSL. And then all you got to do is go right there if you want to come to my party, okay? Don't be scared. But yeah, so and then y'all got plenty of time because the party's in August. So y'all can plan and prepare and stuff like that. So yeah, that's out there. And y'all are VIPs because I haven't really even told. I mean, I told my friends and family, but like haven't sent an official invitation out because usually you send an invitation out like in July, because they'll like at least a month before the event, and so we still in June, so GSL, y'all are VIPs, but yeah, so that's another thing coming up soon. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for maybe more content. Thank you all for giving me feedback on the different content that I know we've been trying to test out a lot of stuff. I've been sharing with you guys like behind the scenes of me and my life, and some content that me and my homeboy Kelvin curated back in the day. I'm like, should we revive these characters? Should we finally get this series? Because we made a pilot episode, which we haven't put the pilot episode out yet. We put a teaser out there. It's called The Oldies. If you haven't seen it, let me know what y'all think. Go take a look. Go to the community. It's in our posting here. There's a lot of stuff there that, try to give quotes and encouragement, but little things that I try to keep you guys up with. But yeah, go watch The Oldies. Oh, it just started playing. Hold on, wait. The Oldies. Go watch that. So it's me and my homeboy Kelvin playing these old characters. I'm the old lady. He's an old man, and we met each other on this video dating thing. Y'all know how back in the day they had these like video, like you could submit a video and be on, like it was some type of show back in the day that was like that. But anyway, and they met on elderlymeet.com. and they are this quirky little couple that I guess they get together at some point. I don't know if that's ruining it for y'all, but let me know what y'all think of that teaser, and if y'all are interested in seeing more about the oldies and seeing the other episodes. We made like 2 episodes, 2 or 3. And if y'all are into it, maybe we could try to revive them, because I told Kelvin, I was like, bro, listen, if we don't get the oldies up and going, like it was back in 2017, something like that. It was back then, and I was like, bro, look, they finna be dead if we don't do it this year, we ain't doing it. I told him, if we don't do it, they dead. He was like, nah. But so I guess we reviving them lately. They get a new life here on GSL. So if y'all want to see the oldies as a series, let us know in the comments. Let us know from the teaser. Go look at the teaser and let us know. That will let me know about future, like, because one of the things I really want to do, I've been saying this, but one of the things I want to do is start making movies and stuff like that. And I mean, y'all know I've made a movie personally, so produced a movie, which was another thing that me and Kelvin did together. Y'all can see it at thecastmovie.com. Another little funny little comedic thing, but with the platform of GSL, I want to create content centered around these conversations that we have here as well. A real look at being a Christian woman, right? A Christian single woman, all that good stuff. And so actually, this is real. I'm really telling y'all behind the scenes stuff. So this is for real ones. Real ones is getting this information now. Not to say I put the movie idea to the side, but I've decided to make one of my movie ideas a novel. So I've been working on that. I've been working on that over the past few weeks, because I'm just like, I feel like it's more accessible for me to make another book versus I'm just getting the information. Making it a movie right now, it just costs so much to make movies. And I know y'all probably hate me with AI right now, because I'm doing so much with AI. I made all those music videos, majority of the music videos with AI. I think there was only one that I didn't make with AI. Well, 2, because one of them is a lyric video. And then the other one is Thankful, which was shout out to Micah, Star Made Productions, for helping me with that one. And then all the other videos made with the AI. And so, but I don't know about making a movie with AI. They say there's ways to do it, but I haven't figured that out. Or yeah, because the way that I do the music videos, like clearly I have to mute them. I have to mute the footage as I go, because either the little things will be saying random stuff or whatever. And so I don't know how those people are making movies with it yet, but maybe I can learn that. But I don't know if I want to make the movies with it. We'll see. I don't know. But until then, I'm thinking about making another book. And oh yeah, speaking of, if you come to my party, by then hopefully I'll have 9 books. Right now I have 8 books. If y'all don't know, y'all can get them on Amazon. um, but there's a children's book that I've been keeping on the back burner for a while about discernment, and it's coming. Like it's being edited right now, so that one's on the way. So that would get me to 9, and I think that'll be ready before the party. Now, whether the novel will be ready before the party, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that one, just because I'm still kind of putting it together. You know what I'm saying? Like it's there, like the bones of the story is there, obviously, because I got the script. You know what I mean and whatnot. But transferring it into a novel versus a movie script is a process. So it's there, but I don't want to rush it either. You know what I'm saying? So I may or may not have 10 books by the time the party comes, but we'll see. I should have 9 for sure. I might have 10, but we'll see. And I think those are the only updates that I haven't shared with you guys. I think. Yep, I think that's it. Well, I see there's no other questions, comments, or concerns. So I won't be long y'all's time. Shout out to those that tune in. If you catch the replay, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to you for catching the replay. Thank you so much for listening, watching, subscribing, and sharing, all those wonderful things. And y'all have a wonderful day, man. Like I said, it feels good to be back, but I'm still cool with just coming when the Lord brings me, right? Versus me just coming every day just because. Like, I know I could do that. And I wondered about that too. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I was like, should I just challenge myself to go, start back doing this every day again? Just because. But I'm like, I don't know. I feel like it's so much more authentic, right? When you let the Lord lead you for real. Like, you know what I mean? And so whether I type out the juice that I was received or the other juice that I received this morning or not, I might, we'll see. But I feel good about being able to share this juice today. So if you didn't catch it, you got to catch the replay when I stop it or whatever. Just go back to the beginning. If you did, thank you so much. Again, if you watched this whole thing and you got to this point, thank you so much for, being a real one, you know what I'm saying? Being willing to listen to your girl. And again, liking, subscribing, sharing. Thank you again to all the members that support us here. It's not unnoticed, and I hope that you see the fruit from the seeds that you have planted and whatnot. And speaking of support, look, go support my girl. A lot of y'all are here because y'all love Allie, right? Right? Okay, well, this is that time. Let's go ahead and support her. Her book is out. Yes, her first children's book is out. Go get it at alliesarmy.com. And yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to let y'all go then. Y'all have a... Okay, I didn't take that off the screen. That's crazy, but okay. Okay. Anyway, y'all saw that went off the screen, right? And but my hand was not okay. Anyway, but anyway, yes. Support my girl Allie. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put it back. Like I said, support my girl Allie. Alliesarmy.com. Get her book and things of that nature, and hopefully it did it again. Oh, there's some type of timer on this now. What is that about? I was about to say, I'm like, what? Okay. There's some type of time on here. I'm going to take that off. But anyway, okay, we good. We good. But thank you so much for listening, watching, subscribing, and sharing all those wonderful things. Have a great day. And I look forward to talking to you all next time. The Lord's will.